It's Madden NFL 24, and coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC North rivals. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. To throw is Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense. Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Returnable for Grant. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun on third, Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson on the move to his left. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And on the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. What a run that time from the always electric Deshaun Watson. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. following the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He will find his man Chase complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Burrow on first down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. From midfield now, Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson, option left. Now a pause for an injury, and that's the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who's shaken up a bit. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Let's do this, man.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Flacco looking for his first toss. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
3rd and just 1. It's Flacco. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as a Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Burrow looking to pass. This one hauled in by Sample. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Open man is Chase, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Mixon fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Well, I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, this has not been the greatest of 1st halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Cleveland offense making their way out. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. This is Mixon on the draw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Burrow will throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Burrow. Dancing to his left. Now he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon, and this Browns defense stands tall. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. That's taken at around the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
47-yard line.
final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, and that is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow on play action. Flushed out right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Browns getting set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they're ruled incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. This complete to David Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Watson. He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
Now you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And out now, here come the Bengals. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he is caught, and he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Touchdown! Drew Sample, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. They begin this drive with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of it, it's low and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here is 3rd and 5. To the air yet again, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They run it again with Chubb. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Watson, off play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This 2nd and 4. This is the tight end, Njoku. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals getting set to go. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second down and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. This one hauled in by Sample. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1. It's a gain of 4 that time, and the Bengals are going to have a first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengals lead. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
McPherson now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's 2nd and 7. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps it moving forward.
3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb, and he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And in the second half of the tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 77 yards rushing now for Chubb and a 1st down as well.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size,
This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and think.
Touchdown, Browns! Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Bengals 24.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air to Mixon on the check down. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now it's Burrow. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Now 2nd and 4. Now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing, Burrow. Open man is Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow. He's got his man going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now 1st and goal. To throw, Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
3rd down and goal coming up here. Now it's Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Where they came so close, Charles, they were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game, and let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.